What's going on, guys? My name is Francis Beau, here to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on anything going on in the world of entertainment. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. That's why I've been out for a little bit. I was out in Los Angeles for Thanksgiving, and now I'm back home and here to give you guys more videos. And before we get down with this video, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of my sponsors, which is Stardust. Stardust is this reacting app where you can go and react to your favorite films and TV shows for 30 seconds. And the app is free. Go check it out. It's a great app. You guys can go follow me on the app. My username is Chris the Film Guy. If you guys want to see my reactions to films like Star Wars Last Jedi, Justice League, Coco, if you guys want to see my first initial reactions, go check out the Stardust app. It's free. It's a great app to use. Go check it out. And yeah, there you guys have it. I just want to talk about the Stardust app for a second because it's a really, really cool app. And I think you guys should go download it. It's free. No charge needed. And go check it out. It's a really cool app. So yeah, that's it. I just want to talk about that. And let's get down with our video for today, because I did tell you guys in my Justice League video that I was going to do another DC topic video about the DCEU, and that is this video. We're going to talk about a question that I think that a lot of people are now going to be talking about, and that is, what is the future of the DCEU? Because if you guys don't know, Justice League did not perform super well at the box office on its opening weekend. It opened to $99 million, which sounds good on paper, but if you look at it from the DC Extended Universe movie standpoint, compared to the other films, it is the lowest DCEU box office take so far, and that's not so good. Right now, the film has made roughly $330 million, which is good. The company, Warner Brothers, said that the film needs to at least make $600 million to be called a success. So, we'll talk more about that box office thing and, give my opinion if it will break 600 million. But let's talk more about the future of the DCEU and talking about what is to come for the DCEU and talking about what the future can be holding for the DCEU. So let's talk about the films. So in terms of films, 2018 we have Aquaman coming out. The film has already been filmed. James Wan and Jason Momoa have already announced that the film has been all wrapped up. They're in post-production now. They're just going to be doing, fixing up a few things and then doing reshoots, of course. So the film has already been filmed, and yeah, so that film will be coming out later in December of 2018, the same day as the Bumblebee film. So I don't know if that will interfere with anything in terms of his box office. But that's what's coming out in 2018. In 2019, we have Shazam, which is being directed by David F. Sandberg. He's the one who gave you this year's Annabelle creation. And I think he also did Lights Out, I believe. So he's a horror director. And we have Zachary Levi, I think that's how you say his name, playing Shazam, which I'm fine with. I never talked about my thoughts on the casting of Shazam. But I think that that's a good casting. I personally think the guy's good for the role. So, not a bad casting choice for Shazam. And also in 2019, we have Wonder Woman 2. That is confirmed. Wonder Woman 2 is happening in 2019. As of right now, there's no solid director that's been announced. I know that Patty Jenkins is in close negotiations with Wonder Woman 2. But as of right now, Patty Jenkins has not been solidly confirmed to direct Wonder Woman 2, which sounds ridiculous, because Patty Jenkins, she directed the first Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was the biggest box office blockbuster take this summer. So I think that it would be kind of foolish if they didn't bring Patty Jenkins back to direct the sequel. And it's getting Oscar buzz as well, Wonder Woman. So it would be kind of stupid if they don't bring Patty Jenkins back. But we'll see what happens. And also in 2020, this has not been moved or anything. I haven't heard anything about this film being delayed. This most likely will be delayed. But in 2020, we still have Green Lantern Corps coming out as well. No director or any casting announcements about Green Lanterns or anything of that nature. Just, it's still coming in 2020. So that's the film slate. Those are the films that are confirmed. They have release dates. They are coming out. The other films, while they do have, some of them have directors, most of them don't have anything right now. Like Man of Steel 2, Gotham City Sirens, Cyborg. A lot of these films that they have announced don't have directors or don't even have release dates or anything. I know they're most likely working on them. They probably have scripts being written right now, or they're trying to get casting members together. But right now, no solid release dates for most of these other DCEU films. So, um, it now leads me into the question: is the DCEU in trouble, and what is the future for the DCEU? To first answer the first question, is the DCEU in trouble? I think from a financial standpoint, from a box office standpoint, I think that's where they might be in trouble because Justice League, as I said, it's tracking for $330 million right now. That's what it's been making so far, and I believe it's opening in China today. I think it opened in China today. I could be totally wrong. Let me look that up right now, just to be sure, because I did hear something about um, Justice League China release date. What is it? Yeah, it is. It did open in China. It opened to a $52 million debut, which is not so bad. Um, so, um, the company said that Justice League needs to break at least $600 million to be a success. Personally speaking, I I don't know if the film will break 600 because we have Star Wars coming out in 3 weeks, so that film's gonna crush. But I don't know if it's gonna break 600 million in the next 3 weeks. I don't know. It could not. We'll see. Right now, as it is, I could see it hit 500, but I don't know if it'll hit 600. I'm not so sure. Um, we'll see what happens. I think it could break 600, but with Coco being out now, I think that Coco is gonna make a lot more money than Justice League in my opinion. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it could hit 600, but at the same time, I don't think so because of Coco coming out and that being number one in the box office right now, and that having more, um, having more, good mouth than good word of mouth than Justice League right now. So, um, so I think that's where the DCEU may be in trouble, maybe in terms of box office and money. Um, but I don't think that's gonna make them, stop doing the universe. I think they are definitely gonna keep going with their extended universe. However, I could see where they can maybe do a reboot, an air quote reboot. I think that with the Flashpoint movie, because remember the Flash movie has now been turned into a Flashpoint movie. There's no director, by the way, that's been confirmed or released or release date or anything. I think they're working on script right now, but I think that the Flashpoint movie would be a great way to reboot the DCEU and also introduce maybe like a new Batman, a new Superman, because remember we've been hearing reports about Ben Affleck trying to find a way to get out of Batman, like trying to leave Batman off on a good note. And also we've been hearing about Henry Cavill having one more film contract to play Superman, and if they want to find a way to leave leave these characters off on a good note, I think that Flashpoint would be a good way to handle it. Um, Another good way would be just doing their separate solo films, like a Batman solo film and a Superman solo film. I think that would be a great way to end or to handle these characters separately, and then they can go off, and then we can handle with new characters in the sequel of Justice League. But maybe we can cast a new Batman in the Batman solo film, like they can allude to a new Batman. Um, but I think that, like I said, I think that the best way if they want to reboot the universe, like air quote reboot the universe, I think would be through a Flashpoint movie. I think that's the best way to do it because Flashpoint deals with a lot of new timelines and new characters. Like a new Batman, a new Cyborg, a new Aquaman. I think that if they want to reboot it in a way, I think that Flashpoint would be the best way to go. And they don't have to do like a direct adaptation of Flashpoint. They could just take, a few key points of Flashpoint, like going back in time and stuff. But they can do their own spin on it, and which could then be incorporated into the universe. So I think that's how they can do it. If they want to reboot it, or air quote reboot it, they can do Flashpoint. Um, but I don't think that they're doing terribly. I think that in terms of their movies, I haven't hated their movies. I know that they've been slammed by critics. I know that Man of Steel got 50-50 reviews. Like some people liked it, some people hated it. I know that Batman vs Superman, and Suicide Squad were crushed by, like, they were slammed by critics. Wonder Woman was praised. A lot of people loved Wonder Woman, but Justice League also got pretty slammed as well by critics. So um, I don't think the DCEU is in trouble. I think that they're in trouble in terms of box office, but in terms of films, I don't think that they're in trouble. I think that they're still definitely going to make more movies after Justice League. I just think that they're going to be rethinking a lot in terms of their future plans after Justice League's box office take. Like maybe they're going to push a Flashpoint movie and maybe reboot the DCEU, or maybe they're going to do some damage control and maybe do some other things with the universe. Who knows? I just think that right now, I don't think that they're in trouble film wise. I just think that box office wise, that's where they're in trouble. So, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to talk about. Basically, to put it short, I don't think the universe is in trouble. I just think that if they want to find a way to reboot the universe and start over in that type of sense, they can do a Flashpoint movie. I think that movie would, would pave way to a brand new universe, or an air quote brand new universe. And if they don't want to do that, I think they could still keep making movies. They just have the movies that they've been making, like, the style that they've been doing. They just have to rework and do some damage control, and maybe they could find more success, like they did with Wonder Woman. So, so yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on it. I don't think the universe is in trouble at all. But you guys let me know. Do you guys think the universe is in trouble? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And that is it for my thoughts on the DC Extended Universe potentially being in trouble. Again, I don't think it's in trouble. I just think box office wise, they could. That's where I think their trouble is. But yeah, that's it for the universe, for my DCEU talk video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, as we end these videos, Beau out. See you next time. Peace.